Joey Logano won today's Cup race at Phoenix. And short track racing is back, people. Let me tell you this. Actually, let Denny Hamlin tell you what this was today.
Yeah, short track racing.
That is right. Short track racing is back, okay? So today, they finally brought it back. Last year, they ran the 550 8-inch spoiler or whatever it was. That whole package last year that they run at the mile and a half, whatever they run at the other tracks, that package. This year, they decided to go back to the shorter spoiler, smaller splitter, and, more horsepower, less downforce, that car. And it worked. It worked. I only caught the last 90 laps. I listened to the first. There was overtime, so I'm not going to do that math. But the first majority of the race I listened to over the radio sounded like there was a lot going on. The last 90 was very interesting. There was a lot of cautions. There was a lot of crashes and spins. But it was interesting to see. The drivers used the PJ1 up top, and then there were also guys who would dive down at the bottom of the track as well. Tire wear was, in fact, a factor, which we did not see a lot of last year. We've seen it multiple times this year now. So it's great to see that back playing a factor. We saw some tempers flare. We didn't see any fights or anything. We did see a fight in the Xfinity Series. Brandon Brown and Dylan Bassett, I believe. But we did hear some interesting words on the radio, and we had some people not happy with each other, which is just typical short track stuff, all right? Phoenix is not like a Martinsville, a Bristol, or a Richmond, but it's short track-ish. It's got that feel. But it was an interesting day. We saw different guys up front leading the race. We had Chase Elliott dominate most of Stage 1, had him lead a good chunk of Stage 2. Kevin Harvick led a lot during this race. Joey Logano led a good chunk of this race. Brad Keselowski was in a crash lap 65 and led 80 or something laps after that. It was crazy. We had this guy, Ryan Blaney, crash out on lap 65, the points leader. I'm sure he's not anymore. It was just an overall weird day, all right? And then we had strategy playing at the end, guys pitting to take 4 tires, guys staying out with their old tires, 2 tires. We had everything going on in this race. Crashes, long green flag runs, strategy calls at the end of this race. Only thing we didn't have was fuel mileage, all right? But it was a good, solid race. Joey Logano ended up pulling it off, stayed out those last couple of laps, and ended up holding off Kevin Harvick there at the end. Kevin Harvick tried to make his move in turns 1 and 2 as opposed to waiting towards 3 and 4, and Logano was able to pull away on the backstretch and win the race. Logano's second win of the year, the first repeat winner. Only 3 numbers have won this year. 1, 2, and 8. The 11 won at Daytona, the 22 Las Vegas, the 88 at Fontana, and this week the 22 again. So only 3 numbers have won this year. Kevin Harvick, runner-up finish, had a really good day, led 67 laps, picked up a playoff point. Good solid day. He got a playoff point out of the day. He probably had the best car all day. Him or Elliott, I would say, they had the best cars all day. Harvick was able to get a second-place finish behind Joey Logano. I also completely forgot about this, but Joey Logano had like a penalty for an uncontrolled tire or something, and then he had a problem with the jack and another pit stop, so he actually overcame some stuff today. He came back, and he is now like the playoff point leader. He's got 2 wins, 10 playoff points. I'm pretty sure he's the playoff point leader. Kyle Busch ends up finishing 3rd. He had some fresher tires there at the end compared to the top 2, but was not able to make the pass. Was struggling with passing Brad Keselowski today, and he ends up getting a top 5 finish on the day. His second consecutive top 5 finish. Kyle Larson got a 4th place finish back to where he started. He led a couple laps there. He was up there contending for the win late, but was stuck on the bottom, was not able to get the run off the top like the leaders were. Ends up getting a solid top 5 on the day. Clint Bowyer with the top 5 on the day. Good day for him. 6th, Kurt Busch. Solid day for him. 7th, Chase Elliott. Not what the car was today. He led 93 laps. Had an loose wheel in the middle of Stage 2 while leading. Had to pit and ended up finishing 7th. Got caught up in some restarts and then had to pit and then 7th. Eric Almirola 8th. Here is our first tempers of the day. Actually, go back. Take a step back. Chase Elliott was the first temper of the day. Chase Elliott on a late restart is up top, or he's going up top. Brad Keselowski's got the lead on the inside, and Elliott takes the top, and Keselowski's going up the track, and they make some contact. They make a little bit of contact. Elliott might have scraped the wall, and Elliott has to hit the brakes so he doesn't just tear down the wall, and he just gets zoomed by everyone. Everyone zooms past him. The 2 takes the lead, and Chase Elliott was not thrilled. Over the radio, he said, if I get back to the 2, he is not finishing. Strong words. We have seen some revenge at Phoenix before. I wonder who did it. Yeah. But anyways, back to that, there were some more words said. And let me find them real quick. And he was not happy. Alan Gustafson said, I am tired of messing with him. Chase Elliott said, he is a bad word, always has been. Well then, they were not thrilled. Chase Elliott was not thrilled. Obviously, he had one of the best cars all day, got shuffled to the back due to his tire issue, fought pretty hard to get back up there, and then got kind of in an incident, and he was not thrilled. Alan Gustafson was the crew chief for Gordon when they had their incident, so I'm sure he still has some upsetness like I do for that incident because it ended up costing them the championship. But anyways, we don't want to get into that, or I will go into like a 30-minute rage. Eric Almirola 8th. Here's our second controversy of the day. Late restart. Eric Almirola, Martin Truex Jr. on the high side. I don't know if Almirola just misjudged it or hit him or what. But whatever he did sent Martin Truex into the wall. Truex was not happy. He just said he got dumped. After the race, Almirola didn't try to blame Truex or anything. He took the blame for it. He said it was an honest mistake. I messed up. So, I mean, that wasn't as intense or anything, but, you know, still. I mean, Truex was upset. He got taken out when Almirola made a mistake. I mean, that happens in racing, but, you know, Truex reasonably upset running up in the front, had led a couple laps and just got hit and crashed. Cole Custer with the top 10. Attaboy, Cole Custer. Not bad. 10th, William Byron. He snuck in there. 11th, Brad Keselowski. He led 82 laps. He won a stage, but he was kind of screwed at the end there. He was in like 4th or something, coming to 2 to go. He was on old tires. He was already getting beat, and they just said, you know what, there's no point of staying up here. We're just going to screw up the field and cause a crash, so let's just pit. He got 4 fresh tires. Gets back to an 11th place finish. 12th, Jimmy Johnson. You know what? That was not a good day for him. He had a terrible car and ended up finishing 12th. They should be happy with that. 13th, Matt DiBenedetto. He was up in the top 5 in Stage 1. He finished 3rd in Stage 1. I was like, man, he's doing great. I'm so happy for Matt DiBenedetto. He got 13th. That was a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie. But you know what? He's higher in points than all 4 Gibbs guys. I will confirm that later this week, but let's go. 14th, Alex Bowman, coming off of his win. 15th, Ty Dillon. 16th, Michael McDowell. Well, then. It's good for them. 17th, Chris Buescher. Not bad after he slammed the wall. 18th, Ryan Preece. 19th, Bubba Wallace. 20th, Denny Hamlin was in that early crash, never recovered. 21st, Daniel Suarez. 22nd, Ricky Stenhouse. He was in an early crash, recovered. 23rd, here's a weird coincidence. With 6 to go at Las Vegas, Ross Chastain in the 6 spins. That same race, Joey Logano won. With 6 to go in this race, Ross Chastain in the 6 spins. Guess who won? Joey Logano. Coincidence? I think not. 24th, Christopher Bell. 25th, John Hunter Nemechek. 26th, J.J. Yeley. How about that? 27th, Corey LaJoie. Interesting story. Apparently, the last 7 laps, he did not have brakes. And he managed to get that thing around. 28th, Eric Jones. By the way, impressive Corey LaJoie. Very impressive. 28th, Eric Jones. He crashed late. 29th, Joey Gase. Go Joey Gase. 30th, Reed Sorensen. 31st, Brennan Poole. 32nd, Martin Truex Jr. We talked about him a bit. He led some laps there and then got taken out. 33rd, Tyler Reddick. What a run by him. You may hear 33rd and think, what a terrible day. He was having an incredible day. He was consistently in the top 10. He had gotten up to the top 5. I think he was in 2nd. Yeah, he was in 2nd because his car says, I am 2nd, and he got to the literal point of that car that he was 2nd. Different meanings, but, you know, still pretty funny. But he ends up blowing a tire and hitting the wall and just ruined the day. But he was having a great run. He should be happy with that run. He was having an incredible run in the 8 car today. It made me happy. 34th, Quinn. I still don't know how to pronounce your last name. I'm sorry, but go Starcom. 35th, Garrett Smithley. Had an engine expire. 36th, Austin Dillon. He smacked the wall pretty good. 37th, Ryan Blaney. Forgettable day for him. Crashed early. 38th, Timmy Hill. Poor Timmy. That upsets me. I wish the best for him. But anyways, yeah. We saw Joey Logano get his second win of the season. We saw some tempers flare over the radio. And in the Xfinity Series, we saw a physical confrontation. We saw some crazy restarts with them diving to the bottom of the track, 3-4 wide. We saw some crashes. We saw some good racing. We saw the PJ1 working. And this is where the championship's going to be. The championship's going to be at this track, people. The championship's going to be here. You need to remember that. That's going to make for an interesting championship. I think it's a very successful combination with this package, the PJ1, and the championship race. I think it's going to be a great championship race if we got what we got today. Side-by-side racing, multiple lines, multiple leaders. I mean, we saw a lot today. So I think it's going to be a very exciting championship race. And, man, it'll be a fun one. But, man, thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoyed. I thoroughly do. If you did, make sure to leave a big fat like. That would mean so much to me. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more NASCAR stuff. And you know what? Just share it. That would be 10 out of 10. Tell me what you thought of the race in the comments. And have a great day.